Hello lurkers, hello VOD watchers. I hope your day's going well, and I hope you enjoy stream. Hi. Um, this is the same day as the last stream, but I kind of wanted to do a later stream because I just wanted to get back into the game. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm trying to remember where we last left off. I was about to log this in. I couldn't find her picture, and this is correct. There's two there, three. So we should be just one picture away. One person away. There could be a few ways to find that person. Depends who we go for, right? I want to know more about Ruby Sprat, but I don't know how I'm going to get there. We could have had the company records from back then, but we don't. I think Lucinda Jacobson is also really interesting, but I don't know how she would work into it. Other than maybe just affirming the miracle connection here. It'd be good to know which one of these is Mary Clementine. Where was the headboard from again? Mid-Eastern University. Is that Portland? A local gas station chain. Do I know where that is? Am I going to be able to get it from here? Yeah, it's not surprising. There must be somewhere, right? I keep having mouse issues, which disconnects my keyword for a second, which stops my push to talk key. Oh, hi Six. I don't know how long I'll stream. I just wanted to get back into the game. But this is like kind of late for me to stream right now. Also, you should be reading. I know you're reading a book. I just found this little Easter egg here. Get an 8-bit theme of the game. I need to find... I know a few things loosely, but I can't link them to people directly right now. This one has 2 here. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. Yeah, okay, Guy Hudson, makes sense. Wait, this means the one here is... maybe Zach Morton? Uh, 76 would be Zach. Beth Knox's 50-year work anniversary bonus. That is important. She was working there since 1926 because she's the child of Elias. Beth Knox. She was a secretary, yeah. but she is Beth Knox and not Elizabeth, I think. Oh, 6, don't forget to order Cowo. That's very important. And also don't forget to order cream for your stream that you're going to do tomorrow, definitely. Oh, that might not be Ruby's actual maiden name. Oh, okay. So hopefully your computer will be fixed tomorrow. Was it just thermal paste at this point? Because I know you got the part, didn't you? This might. Oh, this is probably Knox. Probably isn't the original last name. But does it mean it's Beth Williams? Just make sure he doesn't put too much or too little thermal paste on. I don't know how I'm going to get more stuff between Ruby Spratt and below Bess Williams. Because there's 2 things here. Who? Oh, wait, is it naughty as in like, funny naughty, or naughty as in like sexy naughty? I will love to see it either way though. Is it the one that's got, I think I remember you saying about it before. Yeah, I think. I wonder if there's more Raffatoons. Raffatoon's site that once had a photo of Clark on it no longer exists. Instead, it redirects to a site for a terminal number called 10.10.250, which frustratingly keeps popping up advertisements in the new windows every 2 seconds. You managed to close them. 10.10.250? 10.10.250 is apparently a phone number you could dial before making a long-distance call to receive a discount from a telephone company. For the past few months, you've been inundated with ads for it and other services like this. This includes TV spots starring celebrities, radio commercials for parodies of popular songs, and banner ads for it on many different websites. It doesn't seem to be relevant to your search. The Raffatoons domain was likely purchased by a third party when the license expired. But Raffatoons might be in... But it might be in... Might be more on here? No. Business watch? Well, I'm gonna get more rafting stuff. I guess there's nothing there really. Oh wait! Wait. Where was Antonelli's? You first. Where on the time? Oh wait, I already got that, but this I haven't. I guess I have. Why did I just leave there? Maybe there's in here, or yeah, no. I'm not getting anything for that. Okay. I need to look up the play records again. Is this the start of Guy Hudson? Yeah, wait, no, in this one it's... okay. So, is there a Zhao somewhere? Probably wasn't hired though, she was probably just on a trip to China during 1978 or 1979. So, Juliet McCullen and Doris Mays, Lisa Lewis and Valerie Erling, Colin Schwartz, Christine Gart. Beatrice Watson, Colin Schwartz. Butterscotch. Patrice Watts. No. But I don't get... Surely it must be you. Because there's only two. I guess it could be here. But order-wise it makes sense here. Right? Or was it here? Which way around did I have it? You would be Sugar Plum because you're Susan. Yeah, Zhao Gua. Zhao, I don't know how to pronounce it. And then you'd be Strawberry. You'd be Butterscotch, which doesn't make sense. And you'd be Caviar, which doesn't make sense. Kind of makes sense if you're Caviar. Maybe I recorded the order wrong? $1978 Caviar. That's definitely the first one. Unless it's here? No. $1978 Gary. Yeah. He did Caviar first. Then he did Butterscotch. But then it was Caviar again. Strawberry butterscotch caviar. Is that the order? Strawberry butterscotch caviar. Sugar plum, strawberry, sugar, caviar. Wait, did I write down strawberry? Yeah. Sugar plum has to be Susan. It's SU. It has to be Susan. We should make strawberry who? I said sugar plum strawberry caviar, I think. They made caviar sweets for some reason. 60, you are my creamy cow. You are my creamy cow. I don't know how to connect all these. I need to look up this. This is probably the easier one. Mark Clementine. Colleen Clementine, maybe at the time. Well, were they in Portland? Was it Butler County? Was it? Would it be news time? How am I going to connect this? Do you connect here? No. Oh, I should look some of this up. I never actually looked really much of this up. Indecisionitis was a Z coined by a popular sketch show as part of a fake pharmaceutical advertisement for JIT Together. Yeah, I'm gonna just here. While the second one isn't fully about the Roottrees Candy Company, it was released in the weeks after their bizarre response to the release of 6 Pieces by Sam Madison and references the recent news. In the sketch, a woman ordered a number 5 at a drive-thru speaker. Then after putting forward, she changed her mind at the window, asking to switch it to number 3. This caused a lengthy backup and annoyance amongst the restaurant's employees and other patrons. After she pulled away, as the employees began helping other customers, the same woman then barged into the restaurant, past the current line, loudly claiming that she didn't receive her number 5. After this, the sketch transitioned from a restaurant scene into a pharmaceutical commercial. A doctor claims that the woman was suffering from indecisionitis, a disease that causes extreme confusion and irritability, and has recently been found to severely hinder the leaders of large corporations, but could also spread to humans. The doctor then recommends JIT Together, a fake pharmaceutical drug. Multiple testimonials use various variations of the catchphrase, "When I can't make my tough decisions, I gotta get my JIT together." Gotcha. The final testimonial included a bold man in a silhouette with a voice changer saying, "I'm not comfortable sharing who I am, but I am comfortable saying that before I took over my family's candy company, I really should have gotten my JIT together." The Roottrees Rift. The 3 press releases from the Roottrees Candy Company after the release of 6 Pieces were referred to as the Roottrees Rift due to the clear conflicts between them. The first was fairly standard. They state there was no president of the Roottrees Company, but the entire family was made aware of the release of the book and that they would be meeting as soon as possible. Only then could they verify the legitimacy of the claims it raised and decide the next steps. The second release was emailed to business newspapers 3 hours later and announced that after a vote, Ron Roottrees would be taking over temporarily as interim president. It also went on to state that Ron was aware of the book, had verified the claims within, and would look into compensating Mrs. Madsen and her family immediately. It also stated that the company's lawyers will be taking immediate steps with the family to revisit the Clancy Trust terms to make sure nothing like this could ever happen again. It was quickly clear to business reporters and analysts that the time between the two press releases would not have been logistically sufficient to guarantee a majority of the family, even using conference calls. This was reported on many news channels, and a third, much shorter press release came the next day. It claimed that a draft of the announcement was made prematurely and that Clark Rafferty LaRue and Ron Roottrees will be taking over as the company's first joint presidents. It also stated that any compensation planned will be based on a stringent verification process. Ron was announced as president of the Roottrees during the Roottrees Rift, but the next press release immediately reversed that announcement and instead stated that Ron and Clark would take over. A few weeks later, Ron was dropped from the title entirely. There are hundreds of reports about this development, but most articles are retelling of basic details. Some veer into heavy speculation based on an article about Ron in Business Watch. Okay. Ron has also done some interviews saying that the truth of what went on behind the scenes is not something he wishes to discuss. Instead, he hopes to release a movie about it someday. 3 weeks ago, Ron's mother, Gwen, died in Paris, France. He and his brother, Robbie, have seemingly made amends. Okay, good. Business Watch ran an article about 2 months after the Roottrees rift about what really happened with Roottrees. The article mentioned that nobody from Roottrees that they reached out to was willing to go onto the record. Instead, the timeline events had been constructed from public record, accidental links, and a source on the inside. The only parts that are new to you are also the most vague parts, the ones supposedly confirmed by their anonymous source. The timeline says that the family actually held a preliminary vote after Carl Roottrees died, but before the release of Six Pieces, and decided they wanted Ron Roottrees to take over because of his experience running RR Productions, and because he was well known and well respected Roottrees. But Ron seemed way too eager and personally motivated. They were worried he would gut the Clancy Trust to remove Robbie Roottrees. Fair. The family was notoriously unwilling to do anything that could risk their wealth. They stalled, and Ron became frustrated with the delay. When Six Pieces came out, he saw his chance to force action while the family was in the limelight and released the press release himself in an attempt to get the ball rolling faster. This caused chaos within the family. They tried to save face by allowing Ron to take over as co-president with Clark, but according to Business Watch's source, Ron was impossible to deal with. He seemed like he was unwilling to protect the Clancy Trust, and they eventually let him go. After that, the role passed solely to Clark, who nobody was excited about, but seemed like he'd be the safer choice. I mean, that makes sense. I think, yeah. I mean, he's kind of the only one it could have passed on to. Right? Like, that I guess could have passed on to James, but James was busy doing other stuff. Kind of had to pass him to Clark. I mean, it could have passed on to November, but I have no idea on the state of November. Become a dancer, that's all we know. And then when we decided about the scene, that's a choice. I need to look up Gwen, because apparently she died. hasn't been updated. I mean, I guess it's not relevant anymore. About the county, maybe? No. 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 There's also more on Chris Rafferty, but I don't know how to get there. Maybe I can get to that email again. The old evidence, Chris Raff 97 or whatever, 70 something. Archived. How did it get there? Was it on an evidence? I think it was in a search, so I guess it's probably not relevant. Love you 260. I hope book is good. And I hope the part, like the PC stuff tomorrow goes well. Or today, if it happens today. Oh, I haven't even looked up Anonymom. I haven't even looked up yeah, I think I have. Anonymom was the second high-profile case after Felix Fellows of potentially Roottrees began with Galaxy Trust. Instead of claiming herself a Roottrees, however, she claimed that she slept with a Guy Hudson and that her daughter was a Roottrees. The accusation came during the height of Roottrees mania, and became a brief TV interview. She appeared in the shadows with a disguised voice and promoted an article about herself in News Time. In the TV interview and the article, she referred to her daughter as Jane Doe Roottrees. The name Anonymom was not self-inflicted, since it sprang organically because no one knew how else to refer to her. The day after the News Time article, Sam Madsen publicly supported Anonymom due to some parts of the story she found particularly credible. With the momentum from Sam's endorsement, Anonymom went on a media blitz, and ultimately this backfired as more details came out. People began to skeptical of her story due to the extreme similarity to poopees. Accusation even included many of the same details as his mother's story. This included her job secretary and the time period, late 70s. After fumbling the 5-piece story so publicly, the Roottrees were more prepared to handle all kinds of trust-related cases. Within a week, a DNA test proved that Anonymom's daughter could not be related to the Roottrees. This was announced at a joint press conference with lawyers representing both Anonymous and the Roottrees. Each party ensured their respective clients provided accurate samples. Immediately after the negative results were released, many of those who had been skeptical felt vindicated. Others who had built up hope that history could repeat itself, the poopees, felt duped. Many people suspected the whole affair had been a hoax to gain fame and money. Many demanded that Anonymous be held accountable, and some people even began to attempt to track down her true identity. The Roottrees company felt pressured to put out a second statement to try to curb some backlash, even goes so far to say, though it was scientifically proven that Jane Doe Roottrees is not a Roottrees, this doesn't mean her mother and Guy Hudson were not involved in an affair. She had every right to make her claim, as it has been verified that her stories about Guy Hudson were not exaggerations. Please leave the family alone. Many people claim this high-profile anticlimax and public backlash was the beginning of the end for Roottrees mania. Since much of the fun was the shared fascination about secret Roottrees, others think that, like any fad, it just ran its course naturally. Regardless, this was the first notable event related to the release of Six Pieces, and things soon went back to normal. Jane Doe Roottrees is already eliminated as a potential Roottrees by the company's lawyers, who are the ones verifying your work. Anonymous' affair does not appear on your updated tree. Anonymous woman appeared on the cover of Newstime holding a picture of her daughter, Jane Doe Roottrees. The first and only mention of the phrase Anonymous Newstime came the week after when they issued an apology for featuring in the first place, as some of the initial cover art was added to your evidence. Okay, yeah. Cover's a thing. This is a way to get news time, I suppose, but it's proved not the most useful now. It was time for a DNA test that Anonymous was not Roottrees. This article, which did refer to her daughter as Jane Doe Roottrees, but did not cause the phrase Anonymous, came before all that, right around the time of her first TV interview. This is a summary. An anonymous woman appeared on the cover of Newstime shortly after poopees was confirmed to be a member of the Roottrees family. In a homage to the previous cover, she holds a photo of her daughter. Unlike poopees, she wished to remain anonymous, and both photos were obscured. The anonymous woman claimed to have an affair with Guy Hudson while she was working as a secretary. She and another woman were hired at the same time during the transition period, while many of the secretaries that had worked under Zach Morden were already gone. She says that she and the other woman were both underqualified, as neither had typewriter experience. According to other staff members interviewed, Guy had his own requirements for hiring women. Guy Hudson likes to throw lavish parties, and the longer he was president, the more excuses he found. The anonymous posits that these parties mostly seem to be an excuse to have after parties at Guy's home, featuring much more alcohol and other substances. She claims she slept with him at one of these parties. She confronted Guy when she found out she was pregnant. Guy didn't seem phased, and they came to an arrangement. He paid her a significant amount of hush money on a recurring basis under the table. She used it to move away and start a new life with her daughter. When Guy died, the money stopped coming, and she assumed things would run their course. She went back to work at the tomato store and hoped that nobody would ever look too closely at how she paid for her house. She told everyone that her daughter's father walked out one day and never came back. She claimed that after seeing the fantastic article in Newstime, she realised that she wasn't the only one this happened to. While she never worked at the Roottrees company at the same time as poopees' mother, Joanna, their stories seemed eerily similar, and she knew Felix was telling the truth right away. The article presented no tangible evidence of an anonymous woman's time at Roottrees, and all the payments were allegedly made in cash. However, using the details described in the Newstime, the reporters were able to reach out to the other woman hired at the same time, who also remained anonymous. They successfully fact-checked the timeline of both women and confirmed the existence of the infamous after-parties. Poopees' case was strengthened, and then this news story was subsequently published. So who was hired at the same time as the transition period between... So not now, right? 76% the following changes took place. Okay. Okay. So, here. Yeah. Or Lisa Lewis and Valerie Ellen. Right? 78. So it should be the first ones, really. During the transition, she and Aurora were hired at the same time. During the transition period, while many of the secretaries that had worked under Zach Morgan were already gone, she said that she and the other woman were both unqualified. So they were already gone. Which means no longer working, hired, and no longer employed. You, Lisa Lewis and Valerie Ellen. I think it must be one of you. Okay, that makes sense. I'm not going to get you by searching him up. But I do have this, right? Which should help me. It could be Beatrice Watts or Colin Schwartz. Butterscotch. Beatrice Watts. I think I found it. Beatrice Watts. And Colin Schwartz was anonymous, potentially. Joanna doesn't make sense in this. I don't understand Joanna. Christine could be Caviar. Joanna was before Guy. Wait, are they both? Is Anonymon one of them? So... Huh? But that would make... I think Beatrice Watts must be one of them. Cosmo's was yeah. Because his daughter Mary. So one of these is Mary, but I don't have a picture. I don't know if there's any way I can get, like, a picture of her. Like, with my current known info. Like, that's not helping me. I mean, she might not even be Mary. Right? Like, it wouldn't... She just might not be Mary. No, I mean, she might not be Clementine. Because she could have married. There's not a Mary in here. I mean, that wouldn't make sense. It'd be too early. Wait. No, this kind of makes sense, right? 1949. This is 75 to 82. He's 20 when he has her. Around that, right? Then she graduates around 20. 89. 82. It could technically, right? Wait, but maybe like here. Angela Ingram, Lindsay Lewis, and Catherine Garrett. No longer. Did I... They were both fired at the same time. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't think there is a Mary. There wouldn't be... That makes sense, time-wise, I don't think. Like, it's hard to think right now. My brain's not on today. Well, it's not on right now like it was earlier. Earlier today. Crocodile Clementine. Can I look at the infamy list? Like, can I actually get there? No. Dorothy was walking the stage, was apparently not allowed to attend. The ex-wife had a restraining order filed on behalf of her daughter. I just... I'm gonna get just one more thing. Like locking a fall, hopefully. Hopefully I just need one more complete, which I should just need one more complete thing. Oh! Wait. Is this a polycule? Right? Because they don't get split. They're married. And they're married. How have I only just realised that? Because they're still married and they're married here. That's cool. Oh, if I look up, her legal company is Ruby Sprout, Ruby Sprout. Um, Did I not put the company down? Ruby Legal Enterprises. Butler County, Herald, Portland Telegraph, Picoty, News Time, Sunset, Sunset out the right streets for the phone. Yep. Yeah. How am I gonna, like, I don't get where I'm gonna be able to connect this. This has an older version? Why does this connect? I'm gonna look up Clancy Edward just in case. Yeah, Clancy Trust. Clancy Trust is the Roottrees company's unusual legal arrangement. Is this? Some police so the rescue refused to answer questions. Why can't I get anything right now? Can't think of anything. Still have 3 more photos for you. Car crash. Something about the car police. Uh, hmm. Hmm. Smart. Controversial. The trunk spinning. Yes. See one of the ranks. Sweat of this certain piece of trees and make a model. He and his wife had no children. That's, you know what? That's Patricia Hudson. Guess not. Sakurai Mora, maybe there's more things on him. No. There's like nothing else for the Herald. Right? It's kind of confusing. Like, to James and Robert. There's James here, and there's technically Robert here, but I don't think those are the James and Robert, right? Amazing Man, Incredible Chefs. Guess I'm looking for teacher. Right? I don't know how to get to things. Like, nothing is helping me here. Oh. There's another Elizabeth. Oh, it's the secretary slash mistress. It's the child. Where is the Knox last thing? Who's Beth was Beth's. Right? I mean, it could have also been Beth. Clementine. Oh. I don't know. How is there still more on this? Sizes Huntress. What? I'm not gonna get more on this, am I? Why is there 8? There's just 8 Picoty things. Like, I don't. That's the original version, right? Section top element page is removed, but there is a version out there. It's a category or flower with an outline around the edges of its petals. Oh. Not useful though. Spat in the. That's what that's. That's just root. Let's just follow data. First one. What is Ruby Sprat's first name? Maiden name? Ruby... no. I've made no progress today. I just want to get one thing at least. Muck can't just let that slide. Mercury sundering? The Mercury Sunday? The man Mercury? Oh my god. Okay. This might help. This might help. Possibly I could have available. Okay. Another periodical. The man Mercury. What? I guess best. The best Williams. That's where it mentions the best young son, now an orphan, was intended during dedication. Oh. So they know. For a planned expansion of the library in this city with wildcat construction. Fountain. And the second double check. That's how I worked in many buildings in Miami, Florida. It seems to have ceased operations in the late 1960s. This was named convincing. Also mentioned the headline constructing the better world. Frank Wildcat Williams. Left over in 1994 at construction. Son of hero, he won the Navy Cross for his bravery and sacrifice, having carried a fellow soldier saved it under heavy Nazi fire. Now he and his wife Ophelia are carrying his fellow soldiers through tough times at home. Wildcat Construction is Frank's company, focusing on creating opportunities for soldiers who find difficulty against normal. Ophelia has handled outreach to the wives of local veterans, who are often able to provide insight into the husband's needs and conditions. She has, through such outreach, found 13 veterans of the war to serve as Frank employees. The community support has been unendingly and overwhelmingly positive. It's gone to the point where Frank bids on a project, other local companies have decided to step back and let his soldiers handle it. This is becoming a bit of a sore spot for local politicians and business owners, as the bids are often not as low as they expected. The problem for them is that essentially Frank has a selective monopoly, but any attempt to circumvent has caused an uproar and accusations of being un-American. It's uncertain for now what will become of Wildcat Construction, but at least for now, we're rooting for them. Oh. Frank Wildcat Williams lists on a few different military history episodes. He was awarded a Navy Cross in World War II, and the story goes that even after being struck in the arm with a bullet, he managed to carry a fellow soldier through enemy trenches and his soldiers over 2 miles. He died in 1996, aged 74. Oh. In September, Florida, and a picture on the website of the local news channel that was written by his surviving family also sheds light on some of his personal life. He grew up an orphan because his family died in a hurricane when he was very young. He could barely remember his mother and had no memory of his father. After the war, he ran a construction company that mainly hired World War II veterans and did a lot of jobs in the air in and around the greater Miami area. He was a born joker, and a shining light to those veterans who needed it most. An anecdote mentioned that he used to insist he married his wife Ophelia as a matter of courtesy and convenience. She wouldn't have to change her last name. Ophelia Williams. But it's time for Frank and his youth, struggling cameras in front of his well such size as he was known to do it there. One of the articles is 5 by Ophelia, as well as his daughters Barb and Sharon Williams. Okay. Evidence. Images of Frank Walker Williams, who's juggling hammers on a construction site. That's Bess Williams. That's his mother. They never really knew. Kind of sad. That. Okay. It was Hugh Thomas. Thomas Hughes. Which I mean, I kind of know, but it's good to have confirmed. Okay, well now I'm kind of. Once I got this, I'm kind of rolling with it. Oh, did not really expect that. Barbara is a motivational speaker, and she has a website that explains the service she offers. Her company is dressed as this Coconut Grove, Florida. The flyer has been added to your evidence. Barb Williams advertises her career as a motivational speaker online. The flyer includes 3 different testimonies from Greta Jones from WQTV 12, Vic Elmsworth from the Kikwa Great Falls Gazette, and Isabel Crosby from the Superintendent of Benton County. Okay, Greta Jones. Can I get that? So, spicy, update you in agency. Sunday episode. Evening, July. Is my probably good Bob for poopees. Well, one of these is Bob, right? But it depends what Frank meant by daughter. We said 2 daughters. I guess this guy was, yeah. So she had a child young, and then the actual, I guess technically the grandparents, the child adopted her. Or adopted the child. But I can probably get the Kikua Falls Gazette. Oh. Where you can find the first name's Kikua appears in New Zealand. Instead, a man named Chris Elmsworth has invented a small town newspaper of conceptual art piece. Kikua is a series of online articles about small restaurant shows and other tourist attractions across the United States. This is presented as a monthly newspaper of small town America. What makes the Kikua Falls Gazette a bit strange is that amongst the articles detailing real locations or occasional stories that present outlandish, inflammatory concepts in extremely unmundane ways. For example, on the homepage right now is an article named Mermaids Strike Back Against Lobster Farms, but using very dry language, details the idea that mermaids in Maine have begun to unionize in support of better benefits. There are no punchlines, and the articles are not marked any differently from the rest. Fortunately, each current issue of the paper is presented on the homepage. There are no archives of the older issues. It's kind of like satire, you know, it's sort of like The Onion and stuff. But it's like interspersed with real articles. WQTV 12. Correct James according to a flying news session, the morning news occurs channel. Fortunately, it has no on the website. You do find it listed on a giant television sign also next to the city Springfield under the heading Effingham County. Need to provide specific state if any locals discuss the news of that area. Springfield. So Springfield, Oregon? Portland, Oregon, isn't it? Effingham County. His name is Susan County, United States. One is in Georgia, the other in Illinois. We need to append the state name to use that to find better results. There was a Springfield in Effingham. Okay, so it's Georgia. Springfield is the capital of Illinois, but after pursuing some of the results, you find that it's not in Effingham County. So Georgia. Okay. When you find your search to television in around series, you guys put different channels because this seems to only feature for females news. The person who runs the website ranks each using thinking none of it one of this channel 12. The news anchor is Grand Flores. What? Okay. Apparently used to go by Greta Jones before a divorce. Compared to the other dude who got through to simply figure out her current name, it's way easier than he expects to find out she has a website of accomplishment. She's apparently the MC for an all-female speaker tour in 1977. The tour was called Storytellers of Sisterhood, the Mothers and Daughters of Earth. You do search for it and see some of the stories were compiled as a book, simply says 25 Stories of Sisterhood by Ava Hale. So the stretch the most well received. Ava Hale was the editor, not the sole author. One of the stories by Barb Williams has been added to your evidence. There's two. My sister Sherry was a brat, always sulking, often disobedient, never on time. She borrowed things without asking and ran away from home, only to sneak back the next day. Then nothing changed. My daughter Sharon, on the other hand, was a beautiful person. She had excellent marks at school, was intensely artistic and creative, and even volunteered as an animal rescue. Okay. We got a sister and a daughter, so it's you. She continues to tell stories of the two girls until she shifts the narrative. What was the difference between Sherry, the brat, and Sharon, the beauty? Is it nature? Is nurture? A better education? Different opportunities? The answer is nothing. There was no difference, because my sister and my daughter are the same girl. Because that's you. Public speaker. Was it Sharon? Yeah. Sharon Williams. Um, Barb reveals that her daughter was the result of an unexpected pregnancy when she was only 15. I met a boy at a country fair. Unlike us, he lived in the nice part of town. He went to a good school. To a teenage girl, it felt like a fairy tale. But there were boxes all over her house. He was moving in 3 days. Those 3 days were heaven to me. The final night, he surprised me. He told me he could actually see me again soon. He planned to return to visit his grandparents. I thought I was giving him a reason to keep his promise. I never saw him again, and when I finally got desperate enough to ask around, a friend of a friend told me he hadn't even given his real last name. Barb also talks about when she found out she was pregnant. I was convinced my life was over, but my parents, they took charge. I had to live at home and work a part-time job, but they removed the burden of motherhood. I managed to scrape out a degree in English, and as far as my daughter was concerned, I was her much older sister. Barb uses the story to come to a conclusion. When I was younger, I thought my sister was the brat, and I wasn't wrong, but she ran away from home to work at the animal shelter. She borrowed my clothes for presentations at school, and her creativity allowed her to open up Sherry's hair. It took me far too long to realise the beauty was always there too. In fact, the brat and the beauty exists in all of us. It was my inner brat that kept me blind to the truth. And I like to say it's the beauty in me that's finally able to see what I was missing. I implore you to call upon the beauties in yourself whenever the brat tries to take hold. There's a Sherry's hair in Orlando. The owner of the business is listed as Sherry Jastrzemski. I mean, that's Sharon, but it's probably kept the same last name. Sherry's a large fan, and on weekends could bring the style of Brittany, Christina, or even the Rachel to your door. Is that a reference to something? The About Sherry section is very, very long and presented as one paragraph, multiple run-on sentences and no picture. You get the sense that she's doing her hair, she's been doing a lot of talking. It mentions that her husband Pete was her late husband's college roommate. She and he had never spent exclusive time until she became a widow, and then they put a child together. They left the charity behind her because it's grown beyond their ability to run it. She also brags about her kids, Tony, Mark, and Cricket. Her oldest, Tony, seems to get the short end of the stick. His two listed accomplishments are that he's the oldest and he's a straight A student. Mark, on the other hand, has multiple baseball accomplishments listed. Apparently his little league team is nationally recognised. Cricket York is near the end, and there's an entire section dedicated to her. She's an actress on a local television show called Liberty Library, and the reason Sherry relocated from Miami to Orlando. Sherry, in addition to being hireable to come do your due, is a stylist for the show. The passage also mentions that her agent recommended they change her last name to York since it was easier to pronounce. The rest of the section describes how she got the part, but it seems unimportant to your search. I'm gonna assume this. Well, no, it's always first, right? But like, is this? Huh? Like, does the order still pertain? Hairdresser. Liberty Library. This is for Cricket York. Liberty Library is a children's show filmed at studio in Orlando, Florida. It has been on the air since 1981. In the show, multiple adults and children interact with different animal puppets in a small town called Liberty. Unlike some of the popular shows involving non-human performers, this one isn't funded by the public. Instead, it's paid for by donations from businesses related to education. This includes textbook manufacturers like Arithmetic, Choose companies ed, 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 educate to you. Educate to you. And if you want to publish as picture books, from what you can find, it's syndicated in a few markets across the southern United States and New Hampshire for some reason. Like most other children's entertainment, many of the sources that grew up with it tend to have fond memories. That works in your favour because the show has been documented by a few fan sites. There's even a Library Library web ring, though it only has 3 entries. You can go through the article, the sites in the ring, and find that Cricket York joined the cast in 1987 at the age of 5 and is still listed as a current cast member. A picture of Cricket from one of the first episodes has been added to evidence. The picture of Cricket York and the pirate Poofdale from 1987 when she was on the show called Library Library. According to the site, you found it on the theme of this episode tackled why some people needed glasses. I just don't know which way round this is. Let's look at these. Co-Arithmetic is a math textbook publishing company. They were in the news last year when a primetime news program did a full comparison of their 4th edition textbooks from 1996 and their 5th edition textbooks from 1998. Schools were complaining that the 2 editions seemed remarkably similar, yet Co-Arithmetic was charging almost double for the new edition than they had for the previous one. The news program announced that between the 2 books there were only 16 total changes. The most notable was that the cover was changed from a picture of a water droplet creating concentric rings on lakes to a close-up of a feather. The other 15 were all instances of changing 4th to 5th. This even led to geometry problem where the book asked students to calculate the 5th side of a rectangle. Nobody associated with Co-Arithmetic seems to be related to search. Educate Users tutoring service. They have a deal with Library Library and features some of the actors from the show on the pictures of their website. According to the site, they actually do provide tutoring for all the actors and actresses on the show to accommodate their shooting schedules. Included is Cricket York, who is seen in the photo they were cricket, and her brother's ready to learn from one of our talented tutors. You don't find much else about Educate to You, except that there seems to be a small subsection of Library Library fans who were deeply unsettled by the company's logo, which would appear after the credits on each episode. One writes, I was terrified of Let Go and Educate to You logo, which looked like some kind of demon doll, and had raced the TV every day to switch the dial before a creepy laugh came on. Educate to You, so they were cricket, and her brother was ready to learn from one of our talented tutors. So this is definitely cricket. It should just be Yart Semeski, right? Well, you're technically an actor, but really case 12, right? Oldest one's on the left, so, right? I haven't done this in a while. I haven't done siblings in a while. Oldest, youngest, yeah. Tony, Mark, and Cricket. Tony stands for something. Tony stands for... What does... Anthony. think that's what Tony stands for. Mark. You're not actually York, are you? It should be that. Why isn't this going in? Unless, does she count as actor? This isn't really. I don't like these two here because they're not jobs. And it's really confusing whether it's meant to specify age or actual position because they are actors. Like, in the same way, these are models. Right? Like, they aren't Kate as well because that's not. They do other stuff. Are they all actors? Apparently this was nationally recognised. Says she's an actress. But I don't know. So it should be Sherry. What's it, Sherry? Yeah, Jastrzemski. Pete Jastrzemski. No, I mean I could put his name in here. That should be correct. Well, that's because York. Because you are York. You're married twice. Wait. Split up doesn't include death. Is that what it's trying to tell me? That the first husband died? And that's why? Or maybe it is just a polycule. Orlando, Florida. So, oh, but Team Blast might have something on. Why would it be Team Blast? Maybe something else has it. Wait, is this? Oh, maybe that's. Oh, an adoption here, maybe. By connecting off here? I just need a picture of Sharon Jastrzemski. Sherry Jastrzemski. What's it called? Hmm. Hmm. And it's because we're calling this flower. It's better to contain 9%. So you're not sure which one is because it's from. Such a bit is because it doesn't lead to anything that seems to fit what you're looking for. Hmm. Hmm. Wait. Wait. It's the most recent marriage. This is the only one that was Yasha Zameski. I don't know the last name of these. I mean, this is Peter Yasha Zameski. Oh, I just found the square brackets let you go backwards and forwards from each song. So if this is Sharon Williams, this is Peter Yashmeski. Oh, hi Punky! Hope your day's going well. How do I know what her, first husband was called? It's getting really hot recently over here. Routinely it's above 35°C, which is really hot. Especially for someone who my favorite temperature range is below 8°C. So I have just been dying. Oh, I haven't looked at Vic Elmsworth. Oh, okay, it's different from... Yeah, okay. Vic Elmsworth, according to his own personal page, is apparently one of three brothers. All three of them are contributors to the newspaper called the Kiko Waffles Gazette, and he tends to focus more on the southeastern United States. All of the articles he's written are archived on the site, including the long-form version of the review for Barb Williams' motivational show from 1987. According to Victor, he had seen Barb talk more than once. On this particular occasion, Barb's talk was at a very large church, and it was clear she was an expert at matching the presentation of her concept for any particular crowd because she received a standing ovation. Barb started with a story about loss, specifically the loss of a bicyclist who had been hit by a car. She spoke about the death of any person as the darkness in their loved ones, a cold, empty void that begins to creep into space where there was once light. Because the light can never return exactly how it was, she's the only option is to nurture new sources of light to help fight back against the darkness. Her conclusion was that finding the hidden meanings in tragedy is the most important thing we do. She used multiple biblical comparisons and finished by looking back around to her initial story and how she personally began to come around to this ideology. The biker who died was her son-in-law, and the Lanes Across America charity was created to fill the newfound darkness her daughter experienced. The charity was the light that began to fill the void, and she was doing everything she could to help nurture it. Lanes Across America, or LLA, the charity focuses on adding bike lanes to major cities. There are pages and pages of news articles that mention Lanes Across America have a similar summary in them. LLA, following LAM, Lanes Across, was founded in 1987 after the death of Drew Smith. Drew was biking home across from work when he was hit by a car. Each year since, I should put this down. Drew was biking home across From what I've been able to back out, each year since, lanes across America has grown, and they now have offices in over 12 major metropolitan areas, including Miami, where the okay, lanes across Miami. Oh! The website for the charity is a picture of Drew, the photos being added to your evidence. Apart from when a photo across the charity called lanes across the rest of the wedding is put down. The charity was found out after the death of Drew Smith, who was featured in the photo. So you Drew Smith? Because Andrew Smith. Guess that makes sense. Lanes across Miami. Oh, such related pages and pages ask those more in depth about the history of the charity. You find some additional information. LAM was founded in 1987, became LAA in 1984. It was founded by Sharon Smith after the death of her husband. Sharon and some of the other board members stepped down in 1982, and the current leadership took over. One of the oldest articles is a full uncut version of the same wedding photo for the LAA website. It seems that after Sharon left the LAM, they began to crop her and the rest of the wedding party out of the photo to focus solely on Drew, who is the face of the charity. The full photo has been added to your inventory. An uncut wedding photo for the old article about lanes across Miami. Why? Oh, is that you? Okay. This should be you? You. I think, well, I'll show you in a second. I mean, technically there's no boss battle, but I do think, this is like the second mode of the game. I finished the main mode, but there's one character who, like, so many people link to. I'm gonna have to do a cutscene first.
Hey there, it's us. So, I just have to say, the work you're doing here is fantastic.
So fantastic, in fact.
There goes Clark. Always the bad cop. Go ahead.
Well, our law firm, Ruby Legal Enterprises, is having trouble keeping up. They're actually begging us to stop submitting new Roottrees. They said it's getting difficult to verify your progress.
Well, consider that a good thing. I told Clark you'd get results.
She says that like I didn't believe her. Regardless, the bad news is it's going to take 5 potential tree additions before anyone locks in from now on. Good luck.
And keep up the good work.
So this guy right here, he has 5 separate connections. All of them are like him cheating on his wife, and then they all branch out into like children. So if there was a boss battle in this game, it's Guy Hudson, because it's so hard to track anything with this guy. They were all like his secretaries, because he was like this president of the company. So it's really hard to track. I think I've cleared this side now, technically. I think I'll clear this. I mean, you could argue that the boss battle actually was the secret thing. The secret thing last time was over here. Now there's going to be another secret thing here, which I think is an adoption of Ruby Spratt, who's like the lead lawyer in this. I don't know if it's for certain yet. I think that's that. It does get really complicated, this mode especially, because at least with this one, there weren't like cheatings or anything, so it was really like a lot of the stuff you'd find would just be clear and concise. In this second one, the entire point is that there's people pretending to be part of the family, so it ends up conflating and like confusing everything. And like this stuff isn't public because Guy Hudson wouldn't want it public. All these cheatings aren't public, really. Now I don't know how to explore more here, because I suddenly realised something I could explore here, and I got all these connections, but now I've reached the end of this, so I'm trying to do this because I want to leave this for last, somewhat. I think I would as well. Partly why I've been streaming so often is because it'd be really hard for me to keep track of this game over multiple over breaks. I always end up spending 10 minutes every time just recounting what I just did. Because it's so much stuff. Oh, I accidentally just got an achievement for... I disconnected from the internet accidentally in the game, and then I tried clicking on something, searching, and I got an achievement for that. So... According to the worst, San Diego should raise some debate herself. She never worked for the name of challenging their names. They use the web name. They use the web name. So they're not Clementines. They're not Clementines. Okay. That I should have realized. I should have realized that before. So now I know the webs. I know one of them is Mary Web. So maybe I search that. Okay, that's okay. Yeah. Okay, now it's flowing. Yeah. A Mary Web in San Diego has a website called Web on the Web. Apparently, it's a personal travel diary that also doubles as an advertisement for a travel agency. The descriptions of Mary's services, including booking flights and cruises, almost all of them involve extremely niche audiences. It seems Mary is the #1 agent when it comes to booking spiritual vacations aboard of ghost ships and in specific hotel rooms that are said to be haunted. She also has a dedicated section for more traditional modern cruises that cater to specific groups such as fans of boy bands. In the diary entries, she talks about the trip she's personally taken and uses that and the opportunity to feature descriptions of amenities and excursions that the ships offer, even when you're on them to see a specific band or a ghost. There's also pictures of ships, hotels, landmarks, and places she's visited, as well as a picture of Mary herself with a ship in the background. One of her diary entries actually mentions the day that the photos were taken. She was allowed onto the ship on a port day in San Diego with a professional photographer she knows. The photo of Mary has been added to evidence. Maria Ferreras at Web on the Web, Paranormal Channel. She found a nice booking agency that was in front of a alleged ghost ship from the 1800s. It was lost at sea and turned up without any crew, so we'll lose it later. Nobody knows exactly what happened. But fans love to tour it and come up with their own paranormal theories. A company called Corporate Composition Photography is listed on the top left. Oh, I can probably... I have 1 right now. Okay. I need 5 anyway, because it takes 5 to lock in now, which is just 2 more. Need 2 more, so that's a 5, I think, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, yeah. Corporate Composition Photography is a photography studio that was listed on a few different sites for business San Diego. It seems to have been possible to hire them to take professional quality photos for businesses of all sorts. As far as I can tell, it appears to no longer exist. The company is also mentioned on a photography site with some IRC chatbots. It seems like the site is a personal favourite of a member of an IRC photography channel. They have archives of logs they've been saying since 1993. One of them was from 1996 when Val, the former head photographer from Corporate Composition Photography, did a Q&A with her users about taking pictures, promotional materials, and print ads. Most of the questions and answers are pretty technical. They not only seem irrelevant, but generally go over your head. One of the questions, however, mentioned that Val was on the cover of a telephoto and asked about Iraq. The question was quickly shut down by the person running the Q&A, said Val does not wish to answer any questions from his photojournalism days, nor does he wish to talk about LBP. LBP. Please keep this on the subject of commercial photography. LBP? LBP. It's got an achievement for discovering every periodical. Okay. Telephotoism photography Mansky. I could have guessed that. Telephoto. Oh, I didn't mean to search here. What? Mary Webb? Okay. What was it? Val? Why isn't it at the top? Was it down here? Okay. Val. LBP. Maybe in Iraq? Why did that not work? It's not selected correctly, right? Oh, maybe... Everything seems to sound like Lebanese pound. Also no lava neck reference. Lower back pain, lead-based paint, low blood pressure, Louisiana Border Pharmacy, Long Beach Peninsula, Lynch Building Plastics, Luxury Bridal Photography, Lexington Business Payroll, Lincoln Baby Photography, Laura's Bras and Panties, Logline Books and Publishing. Really? Which is a good start. Unfortunately, it seems like it's located in Ireland, and its owner is named Nicholas. He goes by Nick Luxury, but you doubt that is his real name. It's very unlikely that it's relative to what you're looking for. I guess it's probably this. Lincoln Baby Photography seems like a solid lead. As I mentioned, Val, an award-winning photographer on the page, is business in Beacon, New York, and on the site it has a picture of a baby and a camera captioned with Cam Lincoln receipt reaching for his namesake. I guess he takes after his father, Val. At the bottom of the website says copyright 1998 to 1999. So this is Val. This is Cam. This is the father. And then this is Mary. I think probably just Mary. So this is Val. I'm gonna go with Val. It has it there. Let's let the picture has okay. Cam Lincoln. What was it? There. Cam Lincoln reaches his namesake. I guess he takes after his father. Who is also the photographer, but it's not here. Where was it? Oh, it was in there. I wanted to look. Give me this. Telephoto was literally giving me nothing. Focusing on photography and photographers. No? Oh, it'd be Val. Cam. Valerie? That what? I don't get. Like who? I'm gonna get to the Cam Link. Oh wait, Cam Lincoln. Oh, I did it the wrong way around. Valerie Lincoln. There we go. Val Lincoln was featured in telephoto of the cover, which features one of his photos, as well as portions of the article have been added to your evidence. Oh wait, is Val Lincoln the spouse? I thought it was Valerie. I don't know why. I know it mentioned male at some point, but I just forgot. My mouse is disconnected for a second, but I can press the push talk down. So this photo of Val Lincoln, focus on the photos of Val Lincoln. Only photo, if you want the sepia one photo, specific photo on the cover, by right size, because it's so much he couldn't describe what else to do. But he quickly found an app for it and began to skip lunch, and he pupils spend more time in the dark room. After graduating, he tried to prove it to landscape photography, but didn't have the passion for it. I work much better when I'm trying to tell the story of a person, not an object. He got lucky when a photographer mentor of his was going overseas to cover the wall, decided to take a chance on him. Most people wouldn't call it luck. He's going an active war zone for no pay, but he bought my phone ticket. Jesus. He bought my plane tickets, all my meals, and even bought some strings so we could rush my passport. For someone that had never had a real job or even left California, it was a hell of a break. Val was only 19 at the time and shot the photo that won him an award the third night he was there. The photo depicts Lisa Clementine. Clementine? Huh. Military? I would have assumed Lisa Webb. I guess they still had who lost an arm in an operation doesn't say that. According to the article, women were not subject to direct combat. And Lisa was in a vehicle at the time. The vehicle had to pull over suddenly when the road ahead was partially destroyed, and she and a fellow soldier was severely injured by a landmine. Val says that's kind of Naponki coded to be severely injured by a landmine. He'd step on one in headliners, or he'd step on a manhole, really. Val says, I ran into Lisa just after I saw she and took this picture. Then, until she shipped out, I kept finding excuses to go back and take more pictures of her. I guess it was fate because that's the photo that won me an award, got me into your magazine, and also led to my engagement. Just earlier this week, she agreed to become Mrs. Lincoln. Val Lincoln. Well, I think this must be correct, but I've 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just one away, though. Susan Hughes at some point? I should have to check. Right, she might not be military anymore. So, Lisa Lincoln, right? According to she lost some. Yeah, for the beacon. She makes another appearance. This is a professor. I'm gonna check. That's good. I checked. I was. Shortly after the slap appearance, they had a passion for the military from a young age. She was raised believing that a family member was an Air Force pilot. Oh, because her dad was a. Okay. While she later learned that to be untrue, her passion remained, and she joined the Rock in high school. As a returner for Desert Storm, she learned her degree with. Okay. Got her checked. ROTC? Probably tell me. No. I want to know this one. I'm so close. I just need a picture. Oh, I want to search this. Was it Chris Raff? How many? Oh, RT29. Yada yada yada. Yeah, no. No, this is one step too forward. How do I get to it? Oh, Roottrees Curse. Whoa, 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 it's news. So I went the visitor kind of reach 7 digits. Many old cars, it seems that recent uprising in Roottrees news led Tom a constant stream of events to base new theories on. More than one of his theories involve Roottrees' deaths being fate. According to Owen, statistically, when you have this many high-profile people who have died in a family, the odds are that one of them faked their death. It's just math. The newfound focus on death faking seems to coincide with a post mentioning that he's begun believing that Guy is not dead theory. In his own words, my eyes have been opened, all this is beginning to make too much sense. One is supposed to believe that Ron Roottrees is still in charge, Gwen Roottrees' death was fake, and that Clark is only there to throw people off. Apparently this allowed Ron to travel to France to develop the new candy recipe in secret. Another is about the rapper poopees. He can't possibly be Roottrees. One of his first albums was when he was performing under the devil name. Oh yeah. Actually mentioned that he wanted to have sex with Raina. Not even Sam Madison is spared. According to Owood, the author of Six Pieces isn't real. Sam Madison is an anagram for Am Madness. Yeah. They're purposely leaving hints for us. It came up by using 6 pieces along Richard's book, as well as a one-time pad. He has begun to script decipher. Most of the cipher seem meaningless, but he managed to pick up the words people and vastness, and is working on figuring out what that means. There's also requested upon. Next year, 2000, is a leap year, and Overwood is looking for funds and volunteers to catch the Roottrees red-handed Operation R229. He specifically mentions not to volunteer if you ever drunk Spirit Cola, but doesn't go into why. Where is it? Chris Raff 75. You. Yes! Okay. Chris Raff's precious to get discovered by the masks. Gone are the art pieces of his cousin. Instead, it's a list of questions that people can email. The most relevant ones are the following. Are you the son of Clark Rafferty? Yes, but I didn't grow up with him. I remember him from when I was a little kid and I moved away with my mum when I was very young. We left Pennsylvania and moved back to Virginia. We lived there with Pete, my stepdad. My dad and I spoke a few times when I found his phone number on a check he sent us in the mail when I was 15. He was happy to hear from me, and now he calls me once a month. and came to visit me at college. He tells me about things I don't remember and people like Guy Hudson and Ernie Madsen. My dad and I get along, but obviously we are very close. Did you ever meet the Roottrees? I used to know the Roottrees, but never the sisters. Oh. I was in the office sometimes when I was a kid, and I definitely met Guy Hudson before he died, but I don't remember. My memory is weird. It's hard to know what I actually remember or what I only think I do because I have pictures. For example, I have a photo when I was 5 and in the office with Dad, and Guy was there. All 3. I made myself sick by eating chocolates, and some woman who I don't know cleaned my face. I don't know if memories of all that can... Oh, a secretary. How did you have proof of Ernie Madsen's heart condition? I knew Ernie had a heart problem because my dad told me on one of our phone calls. I asked him about poison because I saw it on the Roottrees website, and he emailed some old stuff including the proof, but even with the proof, the website didn't take it down. You spelled fiance wrong. I'm not good at spelling or writing. I'm good at painting and other art. I'm good at school, so I know how to edit movies. I want to make cartoons someday. Lulu is much better at spelling. That's Rafferty? What was that? The woman on the right. Is that Lauren? The photo of Charity's website. According to Chris, it's a photo of him, his father, and Guy Hudson. While they were distracted, he stuck his supply of chocolate he kept for visitors and tours. Chris Rafferty did not know the woman in the photo was. Good. You. You. And Guy Hudson too. Which means you are you. No. Or not. But maybe you. No. I think it must be you, right? It doesn't... I don't know. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are all these correct? You should be Clementine, right? Maybe the other one's Web? Feels weird that you have different... Okay. Okay, good. Wait, everything I've done is correct. And that's Simon's. But... Wow. I got possible infidelity 1 and possible infidelity 2 at the same time. Both achievements. Like, doing this second part of doing the first part is really good for achievements, apparently. Because you get one of the global ones, like the ones that cover everything. I'm so close. It's going to be literally next time. Wow. I should probably get going now. This will probably be enough for next stream. Depends how difficult it is. And I think these might be quite difficult. But, thank you everyone who stopped by. Thank you, Ponky. hope everyone has had a wonderful day. It's been great. Love you all. Bye.